I would say like the special skills that I have, especially in my field, that aren't something that, I learned at university, is my lived experience with disabilities, because I primarily worked in the disability field. And so like my lived experience gives me the ability to build rapport with clients in a way that you can't learn by going to post-secondary. You can't learn by work experience, because you know it because you've genuinely lived it. So it's kind of an on-off search for work. I'm doing some paid work through disability advocacy. But then, yeah, it's been really difficult finding work that accommodates someone who uses a wheelchair. So more than anything, it's been my self-confidence and my perceived deficits because of the negative things that people from the past and actually service providers have told me about my autism. I get so worried that I'm doing poorly at my job because I have an atypical way of interacting with the world and with other people. Then my anxiety ends up kicking in and I actually shut down and I'm unable to do my job. So you could say like it's more internalized ableism rather than actual functional deficits. And then as well, I'll talk about my wheelchair for a bit here. So since I started using a wheelchair, I haven't always used one. This is relatively new for me. So I've been struggling to find jobs that are willing to accommodate my mobility disability, because I've been trying to find peer support type jobs, working with folks who are unhoused and folks who are struggling with addictions and mental health. But the thing is, a lot of those job descriptions require you to lift like 20, 30 pounds. And I've tried applying, told them, I'm not able to do that. And they've said, you have to be able to perform all roles of that job. Even though, like my work experience and my skills would be a perfect fit for that kind of job. It's just the physical aspects. Okay, so my experience talking with employers, so actually has been pretty positive. Like every single interview I've went to, I've been told I'm good at answering interview questions. I guess all those interview skills workshops really did their job. Like when I've accessed employment supports, and sometimes I feel I would have been better off accessing supports that weren't directly catered to autistic or disabled folks, because I felt like the workers made assumptions about my skills and limitations just based on a textbook diagnosis or a textbook description of my disabilities, instead of getting to know me as a person and know my individual skill set. So like they've made me feel less skilled than I actually am. Although I did attend Gateway's digital literacy program, which was a real eye-opener into what good, dignified support looks like. So there is hope, but not in a way that traditional disability employment supports typically operate. So good service providers need to meet the clients where they're at and work with them as partners as opposed to authorities who know what's best for them. Mutual respect and trust are so important. Okay, so things that I do well. So in my particular line of work, I feel like I have a gift when it comes to meeting people where they're at, identifying their strengths and boosting their self-confidence. I recognize that strengths may appear different in folks who have disabilities versus those who don't. So I don't think I've ever actually advocated specifically for workplace accommodations. I've been particularly selective in the jobs that I choose. I've chosen them because they were a good fit for me in terms of my executive functioning needs and my skill set. And then I haven't had much luck advocating in the work I want to do with my mobility disability, unfortunately. So, okay, honestly, it's hard for me to feel like a part of the team when I've been employed. I know that has the potential to change because I have some really wonderful people in my life right now. So I've always felt like I identify more with the people I support, which I think comes with the territory of being disabled and also working in the disability field. So your lived experience can make you stellar at your job at the expense of feeling a little alienated from your colleagues. So when you genuinely care about the work you're doing and the people you support, it matters less and less in the grand scheme of things. That being said, though, I think for me it's important to have time to build trust and rapport with each of my coworkers in order to feel safe and included in the workplace. And what also works for me is having a mentor figure on the team to check in about social situations because I still find the social world a bit difficult to navigate. Workplace culture. So I really like it, like when I'm fully included with my colleagues as an equal, and I'm included in the conversations, and like I'm a part of planning things just when I'm a part of the team. Because sometimes I felt like, I don't know, I felt like people have seen me differently because I have a disability, when really like we're all on level playing fields. And I know that's been a lot of folks who have lived experience of disability have also told me similar stories. I don't want service providers talking to employers on my behalf. So rather, I want them to support me outside of the job by helping me develop strategies to manage my limitations. And then I want to be my own self-advocate in the workplace. What I wish employers knew about accommodations. So most importantly, don't assume what a person's support needs are. Let them communicate that to you, or with support if they need support with communication. So because every person who has a disability, even if they have the same disability, is different. And they have different needs, different preferences. So don't assume, and as well, don't assume that their needs will be expensive or cause the company great inconvenience either. What I would like employers to know, so I would like them to know that people with disabilities can bring a unique perspective to your workplace and improve it in ways you might not even notice need improving. Different doesn't mean wrong. Differences are assets in the workplace.